Hello, and welcome to Threeflings, where we have 3 players who are our Threeflings tonight, and tonight we are all going to be playing Werewolves. The game we are playing is Lesbian Werewolf Crimefighters by Dusty Hill. It's a game of queer heroism where you are all of the above, and you try and stop crime with your lesbian powers, your werewolf powers, and your crime-fighting powers. So, let's introduce our lesbian werewolves. So, let's start with Ink. Who is your lesbian werewolf?
Hi, my name is Ink, and tonight I am playing your lovely lesbian werewolf. There it is, lesbian werewolf, named Jenny Pake. And do you want the name of the You want the powers too?
Oh, if you would like.
Oh yes, I'd love to tell you. The lesbian power of the night is apply makeup to other lesbians. The werewolf power of the night is X-ray vision. The crime-fighting power is having a supervillain as a friend, and the weakness is just like me. It's bananas. We going.
Oh, I love this. All right, Christina, introduce your lesbian werewolf.
Hi everyone, I'm Christina, and I'll be playing lesbian werewolf named Hazel. My lesbian power is encyclopedic media knowledge. My werewolf power is telekinesis. And my crime-fighting power is a photographic memory. However, Hazel does have a weakness, and that is a classic horror trope, silver.
Love it.
Ooh.
And Draz, introduce your lesbian werewolf.
Hello, I am playing Skylar. Her lesbian power is the ability to fix anything without an instruction manual. Her werewolf power is incredible speed. Her crime-fighting power is she has a supervillain friend. Her weakness is grey kryptonite, which, you've heard of pink kryptonite, which turns Superman gay, but have you heard of grey kryptonite, which turns you straight?
No, that's awful. Well, tonight the content warnings are blood and body transformation. There might be some metaphorical undead in this as well, but completely metaphorical and not true undead, because I decided I'm going to go with that. If any of that is going to be difficult for you, we can see you next week when Christina will be DMing. But for now, since we have introduced our lesbians, there was something that we didn't do in setup, which I would like to do before we start the game. And that is, we are going to form connections between our lesbians. Now, the thing is, I have also created a character, and since 2 of you have a supervillain for a friend... Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Zan. I am the girl boss tonight. Yes, so that means I'm in charge of everything, including creating the supervillain that I have decided is going to be friends with 2 of these crime fighters. My supervillain's name is Fiona, and she is a werewolf / werefox because she can transform into 2 creatures.
Damn.
So, I'm going to do something real quick and start us off with how 2 of our characters know this supervillain. One of you knows a secret that Fiona has not told anyone. Which one of you is it?
Arclight, I'm assuming the friend supervillain must be really hot.
Oh yeah, really hot. Really hot, but just a hot mess. So basically is not very reliable, but you just kind of have to stop everything when she shows up.
I'm curious about the other connection.
Yeah, what's the other one? I'm curious.
Okay, the other connection, I'm gonna go with you saved Fiona from certain death.
Ooh. I'm interested in the secret.
Okay. I'm gonna probably reveal that later on down the line, but
Da-da-da.
but you definitely know a secret about Fiona, and that means that Jenny is the one that saved Fiona from certain death. So
It's absolutely an accident, and that's just how it is.
it's absolutely an accident, but Fiona feels like she owes you. And might have a bit of a crush, we'll see. So now we're going to have to create connections between the three of your characters.
Okay. My first thought when it came to Draz's character was, oh, we're just those weird friends of a friend who have met at a party, don't know each other that well, but every time we see each other, we're like, oh yeah, you, who's friends with my friend. Yeah!
See, for Skylar, I think it's a bit more complicated just because she knows, like, the thing about Skylar, I decided, is that she chronically is really bad at commitment. So she has, not only does she have a long string of exes, but she also has a long string of metamors. So whenever she sees someone, that she's like, I know you. But 1, did I date you? 2, did you date someone I date? 3, are you just some random other person that I just happen to know?
It's the chart from the L word every time.
So it's the, I think I know this person, but I don't know where. Is it more or less of a 50-50 chance that it'll end badly if I try and go over and talk to them?
Yes, exactly.
It's also absolutely the, I haven't remembered your name, so every time I see you, I'm like, hey, girl, how's it going?
Uh-huh.
Yeah!
I can imagine that going really well, especially with exes. Alright, so there is that, but there are some interesting things here. Does anyone want to take something like, you helped keep my identity secret, or we work at the same day job?
I think the day job one is very funny.
I love the
Skylar
day job one.
works at the hardware store. Does anyone else work at the hardware store?
You work at the Home Depot?
L'homme de pas?
Okay, I'm also going to say that there is this Home Depot, said Depot, because everyone else was,
Yeah! We win!
Yes!
Weed is legalized and wherever we are, and it also says weed for some reason.
Okay, so there's a Home Depot, but there's also like a cafe and a weed store like right next door. So I'm going to assume that there's the cafe's a meeting spot for a lot of people, and probably where Skylar spots a lot of exes. Maybe you've taken a lot of dates there, and but you can't stop going because it's so near work.
Yeah.
It's just so convenient.
I'm just, when you said there's a weed store at a cafe, I'm like, are they the same thing? Are they the same business?
I'm going to say one day, Skylar, when you're taking a break, and whoever else is working at the depot, taking a 15-minute break, going and getting some coffee, you look behind the counter, and there's Fiona as a barista mixing drinks.
Oh, of course she is!
Like, I'm gonna say Fiona's one of those supervillains that either doesn't have an alter ego, or just everyone knows that it's Fiona that's doing the supervillain things, but just can't spot her when she does. So there are all sorts of rumors flying about the things that she's done, but nobody has any proof.
That's great.
Well, if I am there on a break with Skylar, my coworker, I'd be like, in our cute little Home Depot orange uniforms, be like, hey, do you know her?
Yeah. I've seen her around. The fun thing about Skylar is that, like, she can lie about how she knows he was so easily because she's like, you know, I know.
Yeah, I bet you do. Here, I can watch your, like, apron tool belt thing. Go talk to her.
Tool belt thing.
Are we out of character creation? Because I'm not sure we asked enough questions to each other.
Oh no, we didn't. I just got so excited.
Oh my god, that's very funny.
It's like, I wanted to move into the story a little bit, but we could do another connection as we're going through this.
I still don't know. I feel like we didn't really answer how we know each other. Except for, like, the co-workers thing.
Yeah, Skylar and Jenny know each other because we're friends with the same person. Which means we kind of know each other, but we don't know each other. Skylar and Hazel know each other because they work together.
Mm.
And part of me is like, oh, it'd be very funny if Hazel and Jenny went to high school together, and they were the thing where, like, oh, you leave and then you come back and you're like, wow, is that the person I went to high school with, or is that, like, a completely different person?
Oh my gosh, yes.
And, of course, you can meet at the coffee shop.
Yeah.
You can walk in as this scene is happening with Skylar and Fiona.
Yes.
It's like, now the thing is, a really cool thing about this is that you have 8 tenacity points. And the tenacity points are kind of like your health points, but they're also kind of like your mental energy as well. So if you're dealing with a stressful social situation, you can take damage to tenacity as well as if you're fighting and take physical damage. So if you reach a certain amount of tenacity damage, you would just exit the scene to recover.
It's like, do that invisible peace sign.
Yeah, it's just like, I can no longer deal with this situation. I am just going to disappear.
That's amazing. I love that. That's so funny.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you wanted to, if this situation with Fiona goes badly for either Fiona or Skylar, one or both of them might have to exit the scene.
Yeah, I guess if Skylar approaches Fiona, she's like, "Hey girl, how's it going?"
Fiona looks up and looks gives you that kind of fake barista smile and is just like, "Oh, hi, Skylar. I wasn't exactly expecting to see you here, but what would you like to drink?"
A latte, please.
All right. It's like you didn't specify latte, so she's going to mix you up the most amazing chai latte. It's like you don't know what she's added to it, but there's something nutmeg, cinnamon, something in there. Maybe a bit of vanilla, but definitely A+, and a little bit a step beyond what you normally have in this coffee place, because with the weed next door, they kind of usually let the quality drop a bit because the audience usually isn't paying quite enough attention to what's actually going on.
My brain just went Portland, Oregon simulator.
Yeah, Skylar takes
You're not wrong.
a good sip and it's like, wow, I've never had coffee this good before.
And she just kind of like raises an eyebrow and just goes, "It's, yeah, I bet it's not coffee, it's tea."
Oh, that explains a lot. See, oh, you're so smart.
I think I'm going to say that you probably would have to make a roll to like save face, either with lesbian.
I'm going with a lesbian.
Yeah, do a lesbian roll. See if you take
That's
damage
a 4.
from that. Okay, if I remember correctly, 4 is a success.
0 to 3 is a miss, 4 to 7 is a hit, 8 is an
Hit,
incredible
but, like,
success.
barely.
Okay.
I think it's
Yeah, so
appropriate for the situation.
it's a little awkward. You don't take damage, and neither does Fiona. But there is some tension that is making the area uncomfortable, and Fiona kind of has you move along so that she can help the next person in line.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Beautiful, incredible.
Like, yes. It's like ambushing me at my place of work. Let's not do this again.
Skylar is problematic.
Never corner someone you actually want to ask out at their day job. Please don't.
So Hazel sees this kind of like lukewarm reception.
Yeah, that's no, kind of pat Skylar's shoulder. That's rough.
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah.
I think, like, and maybe this is also part of the reason why Scarlet succeeded, is that, like, she's flirted with so many girls that, like, it's kind of, like, numbed the pain. Just like, yeah, I mean, I think that went alright. That would have went better than last time, you know.
You go for quantity over quality.
Yeah, exactly.
My brain's
I
like,
see
what
how it
happened last time? Oh no.
Yeah, is that an artwork with the bored housewives in the plant section? I thought that went well for you.
The problem was I did notice that one of them, you know, I didn't realize they had wedding rings.
Well, you know.
Oh.
When has that stopped you before? I'm just rolling with she's problematic. I'm just rolling with the Skylar's problematic.
The only thing Skylar got out of that was like an invitation to a closed Facebook group for like plants.
The plant, the not like the buy nothing, like come get a little clipping and
Yeah, absolutely.
Now we're really
Yup.
doing a Portland simulation.
Going over to a girl's place, but they're literally just letting you get a clipping of a plant and nothing else.
Yes.
Okay, so while that happened, I'm thinking Jenny walks in, probably witnesses the tail end of the barista being uncomfortable, and then you recognize the barista as Fiona. And I'm thinking Fiona looks over and recognizes you as well and is just going, oh, and the day just got better. Great.
Definitely doing like the thing where it's like, I know we made eye contact, I'm just gonna pretend that we didn't, and we're gonna deal with this later. But like, not right now. No.
Yep, great. And Fiona just kind of mixes you an absolutely wonderful drink. What did you order?
This is gonna be me living out my fantasy because I don't actually like the taste of coffee. It's probably gonna be like a cappuccino of some sort with something in it.
Oh yeah, it's definitely an amazing cappuccino. It even has foam artwork, which
Hell yeah.
doesn't normally happen in this place. By the way, Fiona's lesbian power is mixology. So
that's amazing.
All the drinks she's making are absolutely
that
beyond what
explains
this
a lot.
place would usually have.
Oh, that's amazing.
And she hands you your drink, but as you walk away, you notice... Oh, we gotta hydrate.
Thank you.
With all this talk about coffee shop.
Yay.
As you walk away, you notice that the next few people in line look really stoned. Unusually
Normal
stoned.
for this place.
Like, almost vacant. And they just walk up to the counter, and Fiona's just like, "What would you like?" And they do like some sort of grunt, and it's just like, black coffee, I'm guessing. I don't do black coffee. And just kind of like mixes them up something with coffee, but it's got something else mixed in it, and she hands it to them, and they don't even say anything. They just drop a 20 on the counter and leave. So do the next 3 people in line.
My man just paid $20 for like a $5 coffee. Love that for her.
Yeah.
It's like
Truly.
but it is really unusual, so you take note of it. And even
Yes.
Fiona's looking a little uncomfortable.
Gonna kind of like give her a look, as in kind of like, are you good, or is this? Should I just pretend that I'm not seeing this?
Fiona's just like, "Oh, that's right, you're one of the goody goodies. Normally I wouldn't do this, but I owe you. That shit has been going on for weeks. And while nothing violent has happened yet, that's not normal."
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a, I don't know, like a normal kind of out there.
Yeah,
Like
it's
how-
it's one of the reasons why I'm here, but well, I mean, I'm in town for other things, but I stuck around because that's weird. And I don't see it getting better.
Yeah, that. I mean, at least you're getting good tips out of it. I don't know really how to help you with this. Do you think it's a thing that we should pay attention to? Do you think it is someone like you know? I don't.
I mean,
Really
if
know.
it's just some new weed from next door that's hitting a little harder than most, that would be one thing, because then people will get used to it and things will go back to normal. But I don't know. They look really checked out.
It's hitting different. It's hitting worse. Have you noticed that anyone new has like started working there, or is it kind of just feels like there's a lot going on there kind of situation?
I mean, it's never hurting for business over there, but I could have sworn that this one person who never touches weed came in and they were looking the same. Maybe they lied, but I don't know.
Maybe they just ate a brownie that they didn't realize was a weed brownie.
I was
And
gonna
the
say
thing is,
yes.
that one person came in the next day and didn't look any better, and I haven't seen them since.
Yeah, because my first thought was how many of us were like, oh, I'm not smoking in the bathroom during high school. Like, that's a normal thing. But yeah, if that guy is just like come in and then come in again and then not come back, that's a little concerning. It's kind of like a government black bag thing, and or man ended up in the hospital kind of thing.
Maybe. I mean, This kind of like reeks of some supervillain shit, but I haven't heard of anybody new in town. And it's not me.
No one said anything in my Facebook group of supervillains.
Yep.
Not the usual suspects. I mean, Megamind has been MIA
No
for
bitches?
years.
I love that. I'm just thinking about the Megamind movie now.
I'm just thinking, like, how, like, that no bitches meme of Megan came out of nowhere. Just, like, why are we talking about this in movies suddenly again?
Okay, it's probably because people were kind of like, oh, animation is bad, actually, and then people were like, actually, animation can be good. Here's an example. And I also know Megamind also kind of popped off again when the Queen died, because they put up that gif where it's like, there is no Queen of England!
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm absolutely... Yeah, that... I mean, can you tell me why you're in town, or is that kind of like a not allowed to tell me anything?
Oh, sorry, what was that?
I said, are you allowed to tell me why you're in town, or is that like you can't tell me anything about that?
Listen, you're a goody person. I do owe you, but is this something you really want to know about?
I mean, it's more of a I don't want it to happen to me kind of thing.
Oh, no, you don't have to worry about that.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's just say this time I'm going after someone who deserves it.
Reasonable.
Skylar.
Problematic ex.
Yeah, gonna like
Very, very problematic. Very problematic X to multiple people problematic.
gonna like look at at her and be like, so I'm gonna go sit down, let me know if you need anything, but thank you. It's perfect like always. Thank you.
You're welcome. And she kind of blushes a little bit and goes back to work. It's like, and if you sit there for a while, you notice that not every customer, but every few customers, there's at least one person that acts like the three people that were after you. Just coming in, grunting something, grabbing coffee, and leaving the highest bill they have in their wallet on the counter. Whether it's a 20, 10, 5, and walking away.
Amazing.
Honestly, good for her. Secure the bag.
Yeah.
I think with Hazel's photographic memory, she would see that like people were leaving a lot of money and like lean in to Skylar like, hey, you said you know her. Like, is she selling something else? Like, it's legal. There's like a store next door.
I don't think so. I don't like. There's no point in selling something else when Yeah, you're right. Like the deep pot, covers. It runs. But
Home Depot in the Home Depot. Love that.
Is it me or is they, or do they not look stoned? Because we've seen a lot of stoned people, but I don't know. There's something off.
Yeah, I definitely don't want a slice of what they're taking. That would be bad at work. Maybe we should just go next door and just take a look. For science, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh no, how will I function at my job where I do nothing if I'm high all day? Oh no.
I don't do nothing. I'm forklift certified. Thank you.
Forklift certified!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Are you going to make an investigation roll with crime fighter power?
Ooh.
Yeah. I think I am, and that is what I put my +1 into, so I'm
Oh,
very
yeah.
excited.
I-
That's a 9!
Ooh.
Oh, okay. So you, mostly by sitting and observing, gather information about the unusual people that are coming in. They look like it could be mind control, but you wouldn't imagine anyone controlling people's minds would have them just go to a cafe and buy a coffee, not even drink it, put money on the counter, and then leave. But you're starting to see some similarities, such as a lot of them seem to have a book either in hand or sticking out of a purse, or they're reading something on their phone or their tablet. There's something similar about each of those things. Gasp! Shy is behind this.
God almighty.
Yeah, I think there's like maybe. Now, hear me out. I would never say this normally, but maybe we need to go to the library. I think maybe like some evil librarian, a super hot evil professor, maybe.
Oh, maybe. I don't really go to the library that much because every time I try and flirt with someone, like the librarian tells me to but yeah, that's a good idea.
Like, actually, as you're thinking about it, the library sounds like a great place to look, but also there is a fairly new bookshop that opened in town.
Ooh.
That you haven't had a chance to see yet.
I will
They won't
say,
shush you with the bookshop.
yes, the listening to the whole, like, getting shushed thing, Jenny is sitting near you and, like, you can hear her, like, kind of snickering when you say that.
Oh my god, Jenny? Is that you? From high school? The one who would never smoke in the bathroom?
I would like to imagine that Jenny in high school was very much like the weird, edgy kid, and now she looks like an Instagram, like, fitness influencer. We went from middle school OC to, like, Idara, but a human.
Oh my god,
Yep.
Adara's human Sona! She's here!
And I'm
Do you
gonna,
just
like,
have
turn...
veneers?
Oh my gosh. That is absolutely, totally it. It's like, wow, you wore a retainer all throughout high school. Now you just cover your teeth because you don't want to deal with that. Fair enough. Like, turn around and be like, oh, Hazel?
Yeah, hi!
Oh, thank God. How have you been?
You know, I've been working at the Home Depot.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta do something. It's not exactly a whole lot going on at the moment, so I understand. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, I sold those leggings for a while, then Tupperware, then those, like, things that go on your nails. Anyway, hey, girly, it's so nice to see you.
It's so nice to see you too. So do you live in the area now? Did you move back home? Like, what's the story?
Yeah, I've, been living with my grandma now. Yeah, things are going great. How about you? What brought you back?
So, of course, everyone goes somewhere, tries to get away at some point when you're a small teenager and you think that everything is perfect and you're invincible. Turns out, having a master's in English is not super helpful. At least not now. So, I'm back home, at least for now. And we'll see how it goes, you know? Might do
You
some of that
know?
online university kind of stuff.
Oh my gosh, you have an English degree? That's so cool. We're actually going to a bookstore or a library. That might be really helpful. Skylar, this is Jenny. We went to high school together.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've seen you around. Aren't you like friends with? Oh yeah, I just saw you talking to her. You're friends with Fiona.
Yeah, I'm so glad. You could like see that now that Jenny doesn't have to remember your name. It's like very
Yeah.
like she's much more relaxed. She's like, oh, I know what this is now. I know your name now. I don't have to ask you. It's like, oh yeah, we met at Fiona's like get together party thing. I think you were talking with Jason. I'm not fully sure.
Yeah.
Been a while.
That'll be the one.
It has not been a while. It has not been a while. It is just very much like the I don't remember anything and I don't want to.
It's like, meanwhile, as you are talking, it pans over to Fiona, who's looking at you in horror for just a second before going back to work, and it's just like, oh no. Both those people from my past now are knowing each other. This is not
Two of them.
two of them, and they aren't even my
they're
exes.
unionizing. They're unionizing. Oh no. Yeah, but it's really nice to see you again. I know that we didn't talk a whole lot at Fiona's party, but it's very nice to finally get the chance to meet you.
You
Excuse me.
too.
Yeah. So, how do you know Hazel?
We work together. I also work at the Home Depot.
Yeah, that makes a... You know what? Honestly, I always kind of figured that small town, not a whole lot going on. If you're gonna be somewhere that you want to meet people very much like-minded, yeah, of course, it's the Home Depot. This is code for, I see you are a friend of Sappho.
I see you too live on the island.
Yes. Yes. And gonna like be like, this is kind of awkward, and then like look at Hazel and be like, so you said there's like a bookstore that opened?
Yeah, I haven't been there yet, but you know, Hazel here mentioned it, and I thought, you know, that might be a good place to start on figuring out what's going on here.
Yeah, have you noticed all the people that are like zombified?
I kind of just assumed it was like a new thing going on, kind of like how people tried to get into like making their own kombucha a little bit ago. You know, like kind of one of those things where like, oh, that's definitely not ayahuasca. Oh no. But it's good to know that someone else notices it and it's not just like a, oh, that was just like a bad time.
Yeah, making your own kombucha is not as easy as it looks.
It's not. The SCOBY is so hard to get right, not kill it.
Yeah.
I'm very bad at keeping them alive. I'm gonna, like, look at her and, like, lean in and be like, I overwatered, like, my cactus once, so I don't really trust myself with anything alive other than, like, maybe my cat. And even then, I think my cat could probably run the house without me.
Oh my god, that is so fair. When we're done checking this out, though, you should come over to the depot and check out these little auto-watering things we have. You, like, put water in them, and then they, like, water your plants, and they look like cute little birds.
Like, yes, absolutely. However, I feel like we should probably take care of whatever is, like, happening here before I worry about little glass birds to water my plants, although I do like the idea of little glass birds watering my plants.
It's really helpful, right? Don't you use those, Skylar? In your plants?
You know, they really decorate my place.
Trying to include your friend while you recount with an old classmate.
We're all about making a good sale at the depot, and I'm gonna hand Skylar back her apron.
So, are you gonna be able to go over to the bookstore now? Like, it seems like you're in the middle of work. Or like on break or something.
Skylar checks the watch. Yeah, I think our shift is like nearly up.
Forklift certified. They're not gonna fire me. I'm just riding this train until I can't possibly anymore.
It's like, will they even notice if I'm gone?
They will when they need to get something down and they can't.
Phobia.
Yes. Absolutely.
As players in an RPG, you have the right to steadfastly avoid the plot.
Yeah, let's go back to work, you guys. I don't think we need
It's
to
gonna be
solve this
3
crime.
hours
This
of
crime.
going to the Home Depot.
I mean,
Shopping simulator.
the thing about this game is, as I said, social interactions can be as important as, like, it confronting the villain. So we could have another interaction where you run into an ex at work.
That's true. It's very likely. Skylar.
Gonna like take out one of those. I don't know why, but every time I think of like people who are very sporty, I think of those like new flip phones where the entire thing is a screen. You know what I'm talking about? And then you see like a message go, and Jenny has sent a text to Fiona being like, anyway, gonna go see if what might be happening. Text me if you need me, and then like a series of emojis that makes no sense. It's like I started adding these.
As you're getting ready to leave, Fiona stops by and like hands you all to-go cups of whatever you ordered before.
Oh.
And
Nice.
it, like, you get the feeling like maybe she was just going to do one for Jenny, but since Jenny is now sitting with you two, she has to make one for each of you, or else be extremely obvious. Oh, I did actually make a lesbian roll for her to do this, by the way.
That's
Because
amazing.
awkwardly flirting is definitely something that would happen.
That's
No.
amazing.
There's
yeah,
like a little heart next to Jenny's name on the cup, just Jenny's.
getting ready to leave and being like, oh my god, isn't she so nice? She does this all the time.
Yes.
So, you know her too, huh?
Yeah, the whole thing went to college
Yeah.
together, kept her from like falling down the stairs, the whole thing. Now she thinks she owes me, it's fine.
It's like kept her from falling down
Her
the
life
stairs.
was stairs.
It was probably in the middle of a heist or something, or she was going to assassinate someone and just prevented her from falling down the stairs and breaking her neck. Yep. That's great.
Yep, it's something completely mundane and it's just completely on accident, like running into her and being like, oh my god, yeah!
It's like,
then
and
not doing anything
meanwhile,
about it.
Fiona at that time is just like, ran headlong into this person, almost fell down the stairs, and it was just like, oh, and she's hot. Fuck.
I was imagining it is very much like the accidental drunk girl at a party helping you not die, where like it's not supposed to be like a life-saving thing. You're just like, I have no other hope, so you are my savior now.
Yep.
Yes, I
so
love
great.
it. I love this. Okay. Are we going to the bookstore then?
Yeah, let's do it. What's the
Damn.
bookstore called?
That's a great question. What is it called, Dan?
The bookstore is called Dusty Tomes.
I thought you said Dusty Toes at first, and I was gonna scream.
And really, that name is going to be too good for this bookstore, so don't get your hopes up.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, Dusty Tomb!
It's such a fun name choice considering it's so new. Like, would you really want to be Dusty?
That is a really good point. I can't tell if that's supposed to be an E or a B at the end, which is like a very terrible graphic design choice. But beside that, it looks really cute.
Did anyone
Does-
catch what books they were reading? Like, is there a genre, or was it like any books? I just noticed the books.
You noticed the books were like had black covers with red scrollwork titles that made it really difficult to read.
Oh, it's like the metal band font where you can't read it.
Exactly. It
Love
looked very dark and gothic.
Oh, Emily Darkness Raven these books.
It's the longest piece of fanfiction ever written, and it's a Super Smash Bros. AU fanfiction.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I love that. Okay, so looking at just the outside of this building, does it seem like there's anything unusual about the bookstore?
As you walk up, you wonder why you haven't noticed this bookstore before, because whoever took over what was previously in that spot painted the entire front black. All the windows are blacked out. It's like normally you can see the books through the windows. There's nothing. There's just a sign hanging over the door that's kind of like creaking. Yes, and so it's just dusty toe. And
yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Question. We saw a lot of customers going into the coffee shop. So, is there a lot of people going in and out of this place, or is it like strangely like abandoned almost?
There are people going in occasionally and coming out. The ones going in do seem a lot livelier than the ones coming out. It's like some of them are lively, some of them are not, but it looks like the ones that are already reading are already starting to kind of like disassociate from the world. But you kind of get that when you're reading a book and you're absorbed. Sometimes that happens.
It's
like, do
Jenny's
you want to make an investigation roll to see if you can find out anything more?
Yeah, sure, why not? So it is a
Roll Crime Fighter.
You said it's a D8, right? And then we add whatever we have.
You can roll Crime Fighter, or if you can, swing it either werewolf or lesbian powers, just depending on what way you're going with it.
Okay, I have to look specifically at the descriptions for what the thing is real quick. So it is.
It's like lesbian powers is if you like go up and talk to a girl, I think, at this point, or werewolf powers if you want to like sniff something out or use some sort of werewolf ability to get an advantage. But if you're investigating the normal way, I would say that would be crime fighting power.
Okay, I kind of like the idea of using partial exhibition, partial werewolf senses to see if I can like determine anything different about the people that are going in versus coming out of the building.
Ooh. Okay, so roll werewolf and see what you can perceive.
Have people broken their kneecaps? Wow, that is the one thing I had a +1 to, and I got a 4.
Well,
L.
you did
Oh, it's still a success.
Yeah. I just expected it to be much better.
The people going in seem reasonably excited. I mean, they seem a little bit confused about the storefront, but there are obviously people that have heard about this bookstore, so they're going in. But when they come out, you feel like you can almost see an energy drain on them. You can sense that they have less vitality. Their steps
vibes are off.
Slower. Their steps are slower. Well, with you using werewolf powers, maybe you can kind of like smell that they're off, that something about them seems less healthy
Okay.
than they were when they walked in.
Oh, like a cancer dog. Understood. Okay, cool.
It's like, I was gonna try and, like, I don't think you would be able to hear their heartbeat or anything, but it's like, if you could hear their heartbeat probably slowed down
Can you feel
slightly.
Yeah.
my heartbeat?
I forgot I had X-ray vision, and I'm like, what am I gonna perceive X-ray wise? Like, if someone stole their kneecaps, like, what am I gonna get from that?
Yeah, I was trying to remember like what your werewolf power was.
Yes, it is
Alright.
X-ray vision.
Oh,
Could you
yeah.
vision into the books?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah,
My eyes wanna
you
work?
can. You can certainly see into the bookstore, and you can see shelves. You can see books. You see not many people in there. Usually, it looks like they go in and go out nearly. As soon as they arrive. So, what have you
Oh,
put in?
interesting. Okay, looking at that, again, like the way that everything is set up, do they look like they're going to one specific section of the bookstore, or are they kind of just walking in and then immediately walking out anyway?
It looks like people are walking in and grabbing the closest book, checking out, and then leaving.
Okay, interesting. Okay. I'm gonna see if Skylar's gonna do anything, and then we can...
Yeah, I don't think Sky. Like, I feel like Sky can't really do much unless she wants to go in. Well, I guess she could like stop and flirt with someone, but
What's your
this
superpower
seems
again?
so- my superpower is incredible speed.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
You could-
actually, that gives me an idea. I think Skylar is going to attempt to take one of the books from
Ooh,
one
I
of
like
the
that.
people leaving.
Ooh, okay.
I like that.
Are you
That's
going to
cool.
try and take it from the hands of somebody who's actually reading the book, or take it out of somebody's bag?
I think take it out of someone's bag, because if they're reading, they're more likely to know.
Okay, and if you're using your incredible speed, roll werewolf.
Yeah.
I love that.
That is a 5.
5. Okay. I'm gonna
Can
say
I
it
give a
takes-
gal a hand?
Ooh,
and-
yes, please.
Spend some tenacity points to give Skylar an additional dice.
Ooh.
Please
Thank
roll
you.
that now.
That's a failure. So the 5 still stands.
When you get
Okay.
when you roll 2 dice, do you add them together?
No, you.
Oh, no, you choose the better.
advantage
Okay, you choose the better.
disadvantage, Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, got it.
Rip. Rip your
F.
tenacity. Sorry.
You know what? It's okay. I'm gonna spend one more tenacity and add and roll myself.
Ooh.
And I got a 7, and
Ooh.
that's a 6 with that. So it's not actually that helpful, but I'll
But-
help out Skylar with my telekinesis.
Since you both had successes, I was going. The thing about the roadblocks, as it were, is you assign the roadblocks their own tenacity points. So while one success did not defeat this roadblocks, 2 of them did.
Hey.
Because
Cool.
I was thinking that somebody who's a little bit more alert, probably, since you're trying to not cause attention, then you would have needed to whittle down 2 tenacity in order to succeed, which you have. So, while Skylar uses super speed to distract the person for just a second, you manage to reach in with your telekinesis and pull that book out of the bag, and it floats gently over to you.
Ooh.
Hey.
Roblox, no. No.
Oh my gosh, this book looks so so good. I wonder if they're gonna make a movie out of it. I would so watch that.
You're
kind of-
just looking at the cover?
Yeah, I'm judging it entirely by its cover.
Yeah,
told not to do that.
We love a judgmental
cover
queen.
is really fancy, and it looks like the title on the cover is something like Immortal of Mine.
Fucking knew it was Ebony Darkness Dementia Ravenway.
Oh my gosh.
Are the people that just
I've
hypnotize?
read this one.
I was gonna say, are they all preps? Is that why? Is that why she's
Yeah,
doing
it's like it looks like the author's pen name is like Black as Night.
Oh my god. You love that for them. Okay.
I was about to say, and it's definitely one of those things. Do you try and open and read the book, or are you leaving it closed?
Ooh.
Well, we saw. Do you guys think it's safe to read? We saw all those people get zombified
I'm
by
not
reading
sure.
this book.
Skylar is gonna look over at the person they stole the book from to see if like they've improved, or do they still seem zombified?
That particular person wasn't really zombified.
Because they didn't read the book. Okay,
Quite
so
possibly.
I mean, I'm a person who advocates for literature in all senses, but it doesn't seem like it's something that a lot of people are, like, intentionally taking. Like, people are just going in there, grabbing it, and then just leaving.
So something, like, happened already.
I'm wondering, that's what I'm wondering, or, like, if walking in there does something.
I'm kind of interested to see if, like, there seems to be, like, a set route that everyone is taking. Like, do they, like, go from location A to the bookstore, and then to the coffee shop, and then somewhere else?
Oh, are they following a migratory pattern?
Yeah.
You do notice, actually, sticking up out of the book, kind of like a bookmark, is a flyer saying, "Come in and grab a free book. Dusty Tome."
That is not a good sales strategy.
Listen, sometimes you just want to get your name out there, and sometimes you just gotta do a buy nothing. It's just how it is.
Or maybe
Okay,
they like
check out
over order